Hi there, my name's Tim Johnson. I'm going to talk today about how you can change your world and ultimately how you can change the world. Dr. Wayne Dyer, who's someone I follow with great interest and his wisdom has taught me so much, is something he said was, don't die with your music still in you. And basically what he means by that is something I talk about a lot on here is it's all about self-worth and your own self-worth, and that we're here for a purpose. We all have something very, very special within us. We're all capable of achieving anything that we set our minds to, however young we are, however old we are. Now, those things within us may be, I don't know, that country you've always wanted to visit. In our case, sobriety was a massive one. Learn the language, that book you've got inside you that you wanted to write. You may want to run a marathon. You may want to go for that job in a different country, or that job that's far more advanced than the one you're in at the moment. But there's something holding you back, and there's something holding you back. And I can go on, the list is endless. There's so much. Because the inspiration from this came from me watching a lady, a 30-year-old girl called Dixie, who hiked the Pacific Crest Trail. Now, those of you in America will know that from Mexico to Canada, it's about 2,600 miles of wilderness, which she achieved. It was just amazing. The inspiration that I gained just from watching that was incredible. But the reason I want to talk about this is that we all have these things inside us. And I want to talk today about something called crossing the line. Because there's a line, if you can imagine an imaginary line in the sand, if you like, and we're sitting there in our comfort zones on one side of it. And on the other side of that line are all these goals and these things that our dreams and our things that we want to achieve. But that line can seem like a giant wall sometimes. And the reason for that are many, and mostly it's because of fear. Now, fear holds us back in so many ways, and I can totally understand that because I've suffered from it. But to cross that line, we have to face those fears, basically. There may be many other things holding us back from crossing that line as well, because to achieve anything great, it often means you're going to have to feel great discomfort, and that's just a fact of life, and that might be mental or physical discomfort, and facing fears is uncomfortable. It may well be you don't want to cross the line because people, your friends and family and all the rest of the people around you, are comfortable with you being in that comfort zone. They're frightened for you. They don't want you to move away to that other job. They don't want you to run a marathon because it might hurt you. Your friends might not want you to be sober because they like you just the way you are, and it also reflects on them, and your success, shows up their failure, if you like, to cross that line themselves. So there are many, many things and many obstacles to hold you back from crossing that line. And the thing is, sometimes even if you do cross that line or put a foot over it, you'll get setbacks and challenges. And the important thing to remember there is that those setbacks and challenges are there as lessons, and not to stop trying, and just to use them, because there's an old saying, isn't there, and I've used it before in other videos, today's pain is tomorrow's strength. And that's true whatever your end goals are, whatever you want to cross the line to do. Any pain that you feel is a lesson learned and becomes strength and your teacher, if you like, in any situation. And that's not just, in the one I'm talking about now, but in any situation to improve yourself. Because improving yourself and change is uncomfortable. Change isn't always pleasant. The end result is amazing, because if you cross that line and you work hard and you focus and you learn from your mistakes, then you can achieve anything. If you believe you can, or you believe you can't, you're right. So you need to believe that you can. Not worry about what people think and what their choice is. I mean, another reason you might not cross the line is you think, well, that's that thing. It might be right. You want to write a book, for instance. Because this is one of my things. I'm writing a book at the moment. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's that song that was inside of me, if you like. Just like sobriety was a song that was inside of me, which I didn't see for so many years and understand for so many years. and I crossed that line into, which was hell. As you all know, that battle is painful, and change, and that change is extremely painful. But the end rewards and results are incredible. But back to the book. Sorry, I'm digressing there a bit. You may think I'm not that special. That thing is for other people to do. Someone else writes good books. Someone else, can runs marathons. That's not for me. I'm not that special. I can't achieve that. I'm too young. I'm too old. All these excuses will come into your mind and hold you back. And that song that's inside you, that place you may want to visit, that dream job you may want to go for, that fitness level, that marathon you want to run, or there's hundreds of things, that language you may want to learn, that you've always wanted to learn. Crossing that line, all these things holding you back. Put that foot across the line, cross it, feel the discomfort. You will experience the setbacks. Choose to commit. Choose to believe in yourself, because you are a miracle. You can achieve anything you set your mind to. Real change doesn't happen. All these people that have achieved these things, how do you think they did it? It was like when Roger Bannister ran the 4-minute mile. That was, everyone said it was impossible to run the 4-minute mile. No, it's human beings cannot run the 4-minute mile. And then as soon as Roger Bannister run the 4-minute mile, loads and loads of people were achieving it along the way. Not to discredit his achievement, but then loads of people, because belief came in. It can be done. I can do it. I believe in myself, and that goal is achieved. So whatever that goal is. And as far as and take that risk. Sorry, I wanted to just mention, I just looked at that. Take that opportunity and that risk, because it's always worth it. And don't let others hold you back, and don't let yourself hold you back. Cross that line and achieve those goals that you've always dreamed of, and that song inside of you that you've always had, that always nagging thing going on. And if you're not sober yet, then make sobriety that your line to cross, and that's a hell of a one. That's probably the biggest one of all the ones I've mentioned. It certainly has been for me, and many of you out there watching this, I'm sure. So cross the line today. Achieve the goals you've always wanted to achieve, the dreams that you've always wanted to achieve. It takes hard work, it takes effort, it takes discomfort. Of course it does, because without that pain, there's no growth. There's no moving forwards, because you have to experience setbacks sometimes to learn those lessons, as I've said. And as far as changing the world goes, that thing I said at the beginning, ultimately, if you cross that line and you achieve these things, you will inspire other people. If you say to yourself, how can I change the world? I'm just an ordinary person. But we can all do it by influencing other people. So it may well be as something as I did the other day. I noticed as I walked into town, there was a load of litter blowing around, and there was loads of people just sitting there. I was watching it blow around in the centre of town, and I just, on my way back, I walked and I put it all in the bin. This is a simple thing, but I put it all in the bin. Now that may well inspire someone else to do that was watching me, and that make them think, yeah, I am proud of where I live. I do want to keep it tidy. They might then go do it somewhere else, and then see someone else sees that, and so on. You get the point. It's like a chain reaction. So every little thing that you do, every ripple that you create, can change the world for the good or for the bad. It depends on your motives and what that ripple is that you're creating. But all these things I've talked about today, crossing the line, all those positive things, that inspiration of people, it may well be you want to set up a YouTube channel and talk to people. That's a way of changing the world, isn't it? Providing you're doing it for the right reasons and that people are getting something from it. That's what it's all about. So we can all change the world, and we can change it by being kind to somebody, and showing them love and respect. We could change the world by smiling at someone. Someone might be having a shitty day, walking towards you, looking at them, and you might look at them in the eyes and give them a big smile and say hello. That might change their whole day. You've changed the world by doing that. Simple. So there you go. Bear all those things in mind. Cross the line today. Make your dreams come true, because we're all capable of great things. Everyone is. We're all miracles. We're all capable of achieving anything that we set our minds to. Never give up. Ever, ever, never, 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 never give up. There's no such word as impossible. Everything is possible. Much love to you all. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.